Most of us have either seen or used these mechanisms at the entrance and exit of parking structures in office and malls. These are also used to stop vehicles from entering restricted areas. These are known as parking lot arm gates. Welcome to Janky Start. I'm Zen and today we'll be seeing how it works and how to create a model of this mechanism. Now I'm going to show you how this parking lot arm works. There is a motor present in this box which allows it to move either up or down. What happens is when you press the button, if it is in open state, move to closed state. Here the arm is in open state, so when I push the button, it will move to closed state, as you can see here. So there are few different types of parking lot arms. Those I'll show you now. This model is the one which I had shown you previously. It works in the simplest way. It has a motor here, and whenever you want it to open, you just press a button and it opens, and whenever you want to close it, you press the button and it closes. So this is how it works. And the second one, as you can see, it is a bit different. You can see this gray and yellow box. What it is just additional weight. It helps to open the gate a bit faster compared to just using a motor. So basically this is how this model works. Is you press a button and it closes. In this parking lot gate, you can see that the arm is divided into two parts. Let's see why. As you can see here, the arm doesn't open straight like in this model and this model, but here it just folds. When it opens, it just folds. This type of arm is used when there is not a lot of clearance to add a full-sized arm like this. This arm is used. In this gate, this is the most primitive method. That is, you have a counterweight here and there is a thread. When you pull this thread, it closes the gate, and when you release the thread, what happens is, because of the counterweight here, it opens the whole gate, as you can see in this. This is how it works. Before we get into how we'll be creating this model, we need to know a few things. The first one is what is a variable and what are data types. This is how basically I have connected the components. So this is a red LED, green LED and a blue LED. The red LED is connected to this resistor. From this resistor, it is connected to Arduino board's pin number 12 over here, and the green pin is connected to this resistor, and from the resistor it is connected to this green wire and connected to pin number 11. And the last one, the blue LED, is connected to this resistor, and from here it is connected to Arduino board's pin 10 using this purple wire. And this is the ground wire which is connected from negative terminals of these RGB LEDs to the ground of Arduino board. Now I was going to explain why we are going to learn about variables and data types. Oh, you might be thinking, what is a variable? Variable is a place to store a piece of data. Okay, a variable has a name, a value, and the what type of variable it is. Okay, now what is a data type? Data type can be defined as a set of values which can be stored in variables along with the operations that can be performed on those values. Okay, so basically what it says is data type is the type of data which you are going to store in a variable. Okay, so it is it is basically the type of data we'll be using in a program or a sketch. You might think, why am I explaining what is a variable and a data type? You'll get to know in a few moments why. So this is a simple example of a variable. So variable has a name, that is here for this example it is red pin. The value would be pin 13 on the Arduino board, and the data the type of the data is int because it is 13. Okay, for easier understanding, let's take, we know that a variable has a name, a value, and a type. So what I'll do is I'll change the what I'll do is I'll change the data type into animal type. The variable name will be variable name and the value is the value. Okay, so we'll take the first variable, that is this. So each variable has, this would be the value, and the type of animal it is, it's a dog, and the variable name is biscuit. For the second variable, the value would be this, and the animal type would be a cat, and the name of the variable or the name of this specific animal would be Simba. This is just for our understanding what I have shown here. There are a few more types of data which I am going to show you, that are, all these are the data types. Generally we use array, boolean, character, double float, int, and string. If you want to learn more, you can check the description below. I have linked the website over there. This is the real world example of why we need to know what are variables. I have provided a theoretical explanation just for your knowledge. So let's say I have these components connected over here, and I want to switch on each of these LEDs or make them blink or switch them off. So let's see what we do. I'll be going a bit fast over here. If you want to know exactly how I have done it, you can see my previous video. I'll link it somewhere over here. Okay, now I'm going to give a basic code like switch on red RGB LED, then switch on a green RGB LED, then switch on the blue RGB LED. Delay is used to stop the code for that amount of time, and 1 second is represented as 1000 in Arduino sketch. A half a second is represented as 500 basically. Okay, now what I'll do is I'll connect it to my Arduino. I'll connect my computer to the Arduino. It is connected, and okay, so that's done. If I send this code here, why is nothing happening? Oh, okay. So this is what happens when we don't add the delay at right intervals. What is happening is whatever code you write in this loop, it executes so fast that we are not able to see it through our naked eyes. I can see that it is blinking, like it's really fast and really dim. I don't know whether you are able to see it through the camera, but yeah, it is blinking, but it is pretty fast and pretty dim. So what I'll do is I'll add a delay at the right interval so that you can see it correctly. Okay, I'll do it here, then here, and over here, and I'll remove delay from here. Now if I up upload it to my Arduino, you can see it. See red, green, and then blue. Red, green, and blue. Red, green, and blue. Now, as I was saying previously, we are going to use variables. What what variables do is, let's say I copy this code and paste it again. What happens here is, let's say I have changed the pin from pin 12 from here to pin 13 physically. Uh, let's say my pin 12 is not working, so I have shifted it to pin 13. What happens now? I need to sit and change pin 12 here, pin 12, pin 12, all the pins, uh, number 12 in my code, or you can say in the sketch. Instead of that, what I'll do is I'll create a variable, that is, the type of variable here is int. Then the name of the variable, what I'll do is red t d. It is connected to pin, uh, it was connected to pin 12 previously, now it is connected to pin 13. Always add a semicolon at the end of the line. Now I'll write int green LED, that is pin 11, and int LED, that's pin 10. It's connected to pin 10, and I'll change. You might be thinking, why have I not just used Control D and selected all 12, means all number 12? That you will get to know the reason why. Uh, for this example, for number 12, it is fine. I can change it to red LED. Okay. For even number 11, it's fine. Number 11 is connected to, I think, green LED. So I'll press Control D, Control D, Control D, Control D. Okay. LED. This is where Control D fails us. So if I press Control D, see, you can see here it is even selecting this 1000. So we need, now I need to sit and select all, like change from 10 to blue LED. That's okay. Just copy it from here, controls. Now you might think, okay, I'll sit and do it anyway. It's not a problem. It's not a big deal. For this a code, for a small code, it is fine. Let's say I copy it like one more time. So now what are you going to do? You can't sit and change in every location. So because of that, variables are very useful. We can just change the value from pin 13 here. Now I pin 13 to pin 12. So I can just change it like this back to its position and execute the code. You can see it is working. Red, green, and blue. Let's say I change this from here uh, to pin 8 to pin 8. As you can see here, only red and green are working. Blue has stopped working. Red, green. So instead of changing in every location in the code, I can just change the pin number. Here I have connected it to pin number 8. So I shift it to 8 and voila. You can see red, green, blue, red, green, blue. You might be thinking, why did I stop the video at just explaining how the variables work and what are data types? It is because I have divided the video into 3 parts. The first one is explaining how the LED works, the second one will be how the switch works, and the third one will be how a server works. And in the third video, what we'll do is we'll combine each of the sketches and we'll make a functioning parking lot arm.